As you know, these days we are doing a series on Ramayana, the great Indian epic. And the events that I'm narrating in this series are primarily taken from the original version of Valmiki's Ramayana. And as I've told you, I'm taking help of the English translation, which is kind of abridged translation and quite a simplified version of the story done by C. Rajagopalachari. So, this is where I am narrating my story from, and I hope you're enjoying it. So, keep sharing your feedback. Coming back to the story, so far what we have covered is the king Dashratha. He sent his son Rama into exile, and along with him, the brother Lakshman and his wife Sita, they also went into the forest. From there, Sita was abducted by the king of Lanka, Ravana, and she was taken to his kingdom in Sri Lanka. Now let's proceed further. Let's see what happens next. So, while the original intent of the king Ravana was to weaken his opponent Rama, and that was the original intent behind the abduction of Sita. But as soon as he sees her and comes in contact with her, he's fallen for the woman and he thinks she should be his queen. So he tries his best to impress her, he tries to persuade her to become his queen, but she doesn't agree. And he does all kind of things to impress her. He boasts about his kingdom, his wealth, his jewelry, and all the talents and powers that he possesses. Still, Sita is not at all impressed. In fact, on the other hand, she is still very angry. She is still very sad and hurt, as you would expect from her. And therefore she utters a lot of words of contempt and warning. She tells him that Rama and Lakshman, they would come in search of her and kill Ravana. But that doesn't really anger or frustrate Ravana that much. He's being very patient with her, and in fact tells his people, his staff also, to be kind and patient with her. He wants to win her heart. That's his intention here. And he wants at the same time to eliminate the enemy Rama. Now, for the same reason, what he does is he sends his spies to the same area where Rama and Sita, they were living, and he tries to find out what's going on there, what Rama is up to, what Lakshman is up to, and tries to gather the information. So now coming back to the forest where Rama had gone hunting, and Lakshmana he had thought that Rama was in danger, so he left Sita alone, and in that time Ravana had abducted Sita. So there, when they come back and they find out, obviously, that Sita wasn't there. And then they are shocked. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go, where to find her. They search everywhere. They go here and there, but there is no evidence. There is no sign. Eventually, as you would remember, there was this bird, the eagle, Jatayu, that was trying to protect Sita and was killed by Ravana. So in its last moments, Jatayu, it is able to meet Rama and Lakshman, and there he tells them the story that what this king Ravana had done and how he had abducted Sita. So in those moments, he just tells them the story, and then it dies. But they still don't know where has Ravana gone now, where to find her. So still they keep looking, and one of the things they find is Sita's jewels. In fact, it was Sita, what she had done when Ravana was trying to take her to Lanka, that she threw some of her jewels on the way so that when Rama and Lakshman they tried to find her, they would find the jewelry and probably able to trace the location. So along the way they kept finding the jewelry. And at that moment they were very sure that probably uh, Ravana has taken her to the kingdom of Lanka. Now, a couple of another interesting things take place in that area in the forest. In that region itself, there was this kingdom of Vanaras. Vanaras is loosely translated to monkeys and sometimes mythological creatures, sometimes something between humans and monkeys, another creature. So these Vanaras kingdom, there were two brothers, Vali and Sugriv. These two brothers, they were really close at one point, and then they become enemy of each other because of certain misunderstandings. And there was this struggle for power. So now what happens is Sugriv has been banished from the kingdom, and along with his minister Hanuman, he is wandering in the forest, while Vali is still ruling the kingdom. So Ram and Lakshmana, while they're searching for Sita, they meet these two Vanaras, that is Sugriv and his minister Hanuman. And initially, these people were suspicious of each other, especially Sugriv was suspicious of Ram and Lakshmana. So he sends Hanuman to talk to these guys, and he does that. And once they get to know each other, they hear each other's story, they think that they should be able to help each other out because as Sugriva learns, Rama is a great king and a great warrior, so he thinks he should be able to help Sugriva in getting his kingdom back from his brother Vali. And once he does that, the Vanara Sena, the army of the Vanaras, the monkeys, they'll be help Ram to get back Sita. So they try this kind of arrangement and they try to help each other out. So for that, what they do is, first of all, they decide a plan in which Sugriva was going to go and fight Vali, his brother. And while the two would be fighting, Rama would come and get rid of Vali, and therefore Sugriva would gain control of the kingdom. So that is what happens. Sugriv challenges Vali for a duel, and Rama was supposed to kill Vali during the duel. But what happens is, when Rama is looking at them from a distance and trying to kill the enemy, these brothers are so alike, they are like twins. It's hard to differentiate between the two, so Rama does not know whom to kill. So he doesn't really intervene, and what happens is Vali gains a lot of advantage over Sugriv, and he hurts him really badly. So Sugriv is left really wounded, and he gets upset with Ram after that because he was expecting Ram to intervene and help him, but that didn't happen. But then Ram explains him the story, what was going on. He couldn't really identify him. So once again they plan it out. They would go for it again, and this time through certain signs, Ram would be able to identify who is Vali, who is Sugriv, and that's how he's going to kill Vali. And that's what exactly he does. That he kills Vali, and now Sugriv gets hold of the kingdom. As you would expect, in his dying moments, Vali was really, really hurt and angry with Rama for doing this. He didn't expect this from such a wise and great King Rama. That's how it goes. So these are some of the interesting questions that arise in Indian epics. So all the things that gods or the central characters that they are doing, are they morally right? Are they not? And there is a lot of debates around these questions. In fact, in the text itself, Valmiki engages in this dialogue where Vali is asking Rama about the righteousness, about the conduct, and Rama answers and gives explanation why he did what he did. So it's very interesting to understand the philosophy here as well. So coming back to the story now, since Sugriv now has control over the great monkey army, Hanuman is the minister, and they really have now gained enough power that they can march towards Lanka, or at least make an initial move. So for that, what they do is, first of all, they send Hanuman to Lanka as a messenger and see what's going on there, and even give the message to Ravana and see if he agrees to give up on Sita, and to assess that is there a need for war or not, all these things. So Hanuman goes to Lanka, and he goes to the city itself and explores it and looks for Sita where she is, and eventually he finds the exact garden where Sita was staying at that time. So just to recall, what Ravana had done was he had put Sita in this isolated kind of beautiful garden and asked his the staff, especially the women folks that were there, to not really go close to her, not really pressurize her or anything. So he had given Sita around 12 months' time to agree to marry to him. And if she didn't agree, he had said that he would kill her. But for that 12 months' time, she could take her time, she could live in peace, she could enjoy the time, she could enjoy the riches of the palace and all the grand things that were there. So she was in that garden. And in that garden, Hanuman goes and meets her. What he does, in fact, before meeting her, he starts singing a song in the praise of Ram and Lakshman. And when she hears it, she recognizes that it's somebody from her own land. And then the two start talking. And he tells her that he's come as a messenger from Ram. And she wants to believe him, but she's also a little skeptical. And she's skeptical because what has happened earlier, as Ravana has earlier disguised himself as a sage and came and abducted her, she thought it might be Ravana or one of his men again. So there are certain doubts. What Hanumana now does is, he presents a ring to her. And since the ring is from Rama, she recognizes that he must be from Rama's side and has been sent as a messenger. And then he also asks her to come with him and go back. But she refuses for a couple of reasons. First, she says that Rama should come and get her. And second, he should take his revenge from Ravana, who has done such a sinful act. It should not go unpunished. And after saying these words, she bids goodbye to Hanuman, and he leaves. Now Hanuman, who is still in the city, he tries to get his message across to the rulers. And one of the things that he does is, he's got a lot of magical powers, he's got immense strength, And what he does is it really grows in size and becomes so powerful and starts damaging a lot of property in the city. And naturally, the rulers, the army, they all take notice of it. And obviously, they have also got their spies, so they know what's going on here. And one of Ravana's son, he comes with his army and they attack Hanuman. But Hanuman, as I said, is really powerful. He fights them off easily and kills one of Ravana's son. This news reaches Ravana and he's obviously angry, very angry. But before going to fight Hanuman, he doesn't really think that he should himself go and fight. He probably would look for a better opponent. What he does is he sends another one of his sons to fight Hanuman. Now this time, quite notoriously, what Hanuman does is he quite intentionally he gets captured so that he gets a chance to see the palace from inside, meet the king, send his message across, and that's what he does. He goes inside the palace and greets the king and tells that he's a messenger, he's come from Rama's side, and he says that he's here to tell Ravana that Rama is going to kill you. That does not please Ravana, and he says that they should kill Hanuman. But then one of his brothers, Vibhishana, he intervenes and he says that no, we should not kill Hanuman because he's a messenger from the enemy, and as per the laws, as per the rules, you don't do that. You don't kill enemy's messenger. You let them go and you fight the war as per the rules. So Ravana listens to him, but one thing they do is they kind of want to make fun of this messenger. They want to ridicule him. So what they do is they put this monkey's tail on fire. This monkey, you have to imagine, is really big at the moment, and is tied in chains, and a lot of people have gathered him, have gathered around him and seized him. So what they do is they put his tail on fire and they start taking him on a walk around the city to just mock him more, to make him feel that shame. And he's being paraded around the city where a lot of children are seeing and laughing at this monkey. Hanuman, on the other hand, he's a mischief himself too. And so what he does at this point, he reduces his own size, and due to that what happens is he gets out of the chains, and then what he does, he climbs from one building to another with the tail still on fire, and he just puts that fire on one place and then another, and what happens then is all these different places, they catch fire, and slowly different parts of the city, they start burning, and soon enough whole of the Lanka in fact is on fire, and that's quite a sight. And when Hanuman sees it from one of the hills, he is quite amused. And of course that does not amuse the king Ravana at all, and he is now ready to go for a war. Whereas on the other hand, the same thing is going on. Rama, Lakshmana and the army of monkeys and led by Sugriv, they are also ready. They are preparing for this final war, and they know they have to defeat and kill Ravana to get Sita back. So all of that preparation from both sides, Rama's side and Ravana's side, goes on, and all is set for the final battle. What happens there, we'll find in the concluding episode of this series, and Keep following, stay tuned, don't miss that. Thank you.